Hi everybody, welcome back to Joe Is. I'm Joe, and this is War on the Sea. And last episode, we did manage to completely decimate a Japanese transport fleet. We are a little closer now to our objectives, which is to build a level 5 airbase on Guadalcanal, as we have taken and I think are still holding all of the control points that we need to hold. I'll go ahead and fast forward time here a little bit, and I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens. Oh, okay. We got a battle group north of Guadalcanal here in the Florida Islands. We're going to go ahead and send out some air power to go see if we can't take care of whatever lies north of us. And I'll bring you back when, we can't launch from Florida Islands. We'll go ahead and launch from Guadalcanal and the Task Force 48 instead and get some Big E, some more battle awards. Go ahead and rock out with the dive bombers instead of the Avengers. We'll go ahead and see what they are first. Dive bombers a little more effective at getting bombs on target, not so much bringing things down. But I'll bring you back when I have both of these groups in the area and ready to go. All right, we have managed to maintain contact with the enemy group just north of Guadalcanal. We've got them spotted on target. We've got what looks like a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, 2 destroyers, and another destroyer in the rear. Alright, so I think we go ahead and send, since we do have some Avenger dive bombers that are, or not dive bombers, Avenger torpedo bombers rocking out with the Mark 14 torpedoes, go ahead and have them target the big ship. I think that'll be more effective. We'll go ahead and get the Dauntless dive bombers to target the other ships in the group, and I will bring you back when it's time to actually commence the attack run. Alright, I went ahead and got all the Dauntless dive bombers to target in groups of 3. That allowed me to target all of the remainder ships that are in the group, kind of spreading out our firepower a little more. Hopefully it'll be combat effective, but we shall see. Good low angle of the rising sun as we come in to hopefully bring down ourselves another heavy cruiser. Looks like they are starting to get low in supply of bigger ships, as now their fleets are being escorted in the secondary role position as cruisers instead of heavy cruisers. They're now light cruisers. That means that their numbers are suffering, and we are starting to really get the upper hand in these naval engagements. Let's see if that holds true and remains true as our torpedo bombers come into range. Looks like the first group of torpedoes are away. It looked like they're at a decent angle. Hopefully they'll be effective. It looks like they may have been a little bit in front of the heavy cruiser. Go ahead and target her and see if she gets hit. Our Avengers should be coming in range any minute now from the south, or north, excuse me. Actually, they're coming in from the north. Torpedoes look somewhat decent. Oh, man. That's not good. Well, somehow this heavy cruiser managed to get by all but one, and it was a dud. So, I think I'm going to retarget. Our Avengers haven't really came in range yet, so I'm going to go ahead and have them swap targets, and all of them are going to go for that heavy cruiser. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to get them targeted, and I'll bring you back. Yes, indeed. I just went ahead and selected all of our dive bombers to go after the heavy cruiser instead. Being that these bombs aren't usually the most effective at bringing down ships, we're just going to pile drive the hell out of that heavy cruiser, and hopefully we'll manage to sink her. And if at the very least, we'll manage to make sure that this battle group heads back to Rabaul for repairs. Unfortunately, we are coming in at a bad angle, as we'll have to fly through all of their AA in order to get to them. But once the bombing run in the gauntlet is over, they'll be able to come out pretty much unscathed, hopefully. First group is definitely on board. Let's see if any hit. Oh, a bunch of misses, looks like. Maybe we'll get lucky with ours. Yeah, a couple of hits there. Nice. Good hits. And looks like ours were the miss, unfortunately. Well, we did manage to make some good hits on board the heavy cruiser. Hopefully it'll be enough to bring her down. I don't think so. I think we didn't do enough damage. I was hoping for a lot more than that, but it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But I will go ahead and fast forward time here through the magic betting, and we will see if we sunk her. Well, unfortunately, she managed to stave off her injuries, which kind of to be expected. It is a heavy cruiser after all. And that is going to do it for this attack run. We're going to have to come back and try again with another group. Unfortunately, we did lose quite a few craft there. It looks like we lost 6. So the new Big E and the Wasp have already took a pretty heavy dent in their allotted firepower and aircraft. Hopefully we won't lose as many pilots, or at the very least be able to be more effective with those said pilots in the future. Alright, we have managed to make contact again with the initial group, not the second group that's east of Guadalcanal, but this is the group that was north of Guadalcanal. It's that same group with a bunch of light cruisers and 1 heavy destroyer, or light cruisers, 3 destroyers, 1 light cruiser, and 1 heavy cruiser. We are rocking the Avengers with rockets again. We had such good effect the first time. Let's see if we can't do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and get these groups targeted up, and I'll bring you back when the attack starts. Alright, our pilots have managed to get into attack altitude and are now approaching from 2 different sides. We'll go ahead and get the view from the fleet, see what they see as our pilots come in. They're starting to take evasive action. Their guns are starting to fire upon our aircraft that you can kind of see in the cloud to the south of them. AA flak is starting to go up, and so is the 20 millimeters. Alright, first group is firing, making very good connection with that first destroyer. Second group is firing upon that cruiser. A couple good hits. Oh man, yeah, just fires ablaze everywhere. Love to see it. Starting to lose some pilots, so unfortunately. But we do have a good manage of ships that are now ablaze. I'm going to have to keep track of all these ships, and hopefully we get to sink some more, but I'll bring you back when it is time. We're still losing pilots. Man, that is not good. Anyways, I'll bring you back to the match vetting, and we are now going to see how many ships sink. Oh, yep, there's one already. It looks like that destroyer is heading to the bottom. Hoorah. Well, unfortunately, this cruiser is going to be okay, but that destroyer indeed is definitely not. That is 2 destroyers sunk. The light cruiser has managed to stave off her injuries. We still have another light cruiser that is still ablaze, and I'll bring you back if she decides that she wants to go down. I don't think she is. She looks pretty good condition. We shall see, though. Well, hell, looks like that light cruiser, as was expected, is going to manage to survive her wounds and make it to the next round of combat. I'm going to see if I can't get another flight up to intercept this group one more time. We can see we have 2 heavy ships, 2 sunk, and, well, we'll see if we have better luck in the future. Well, B-17s have managed to make it in the area of that first initial group, which we believe is a convoy. We've got 10 ships. Looks like it is indeed a convoy. I think we go ahead and split these B-17s up in groups of 2 and drop the bombs on, well, they're armor piercing, unfortunately, but I think they'll still manage to do pretty good damage to some convoy ships. They'll be really good at poking holes, hopefully. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get these in groups of 2, and I will bring you back when the attack run begins. Alright, we have split them up. We are pretty close range, so the bombing should start very quickly. We kind of started a little too close to the group. Hopefully that doesn't affect our actual launch of the bombs. Looks like they're straightening out, and we'll have plenty of time to drop and not miss, hopefully. Flak is already popping up on us pretty hard here. Bombs are starting to drop. Love to see it. Hopefully they are combat effective. We'll go ahead and go down here to the destroyer and watch from their point of view as to where the damage lands. Looks like this destroyer is the only one really popping up anything. Got a hit there on that lead cargo. Another hit on the far lead side. Looks like the ones in the rear didn't really get hit by anything. If anything, it was superficial. But we do have 2 fires ablaze on different ships. Hopefully they sink something. But that far ship looks like she's in rough shape. 1,600-pound bombs should do it, but we shall see. Well, unfortunately, that far bomb on the cargo ship that looks the roughest actually managed to stave off her injuries. Um, kind of surprised. She's pretty dark. Uh, she still floats somehow. But it is what it is. We will see if this cargo ship manages to sink. It's probably going to take a while since it looks like she's in good shape if she is going to sink, which I don't know if she is. She looks pretty rough, but not rough enough. But time will tell. I'll bring it back when it's time. Well, unfortunately, the cargo ship did manage to stave off her injuries. Looks like we're going to have to send another flight of B-17s out to find this group, as they are too far for our carriers based aircraft. Well, they're starting to get in range. Maybe we'll send them off the carrier, but we have flights from the carrier that are actually north of Guadalcanal, hunting down that initial group that is running away. Yep, and there they are. We'll go ahead and begin the mission. We have a flight of 12 Dauntless dive bombers. We'll see if they make good contact with the enemy group, and I'll bring you back when it's time to actually engage. All right, we have got our dive bombers on the attack approach, and we are under attack by something else from the rear. Looks like a lone little scout craft is trying to piss us off, but we're not going to let it deviate us from our plans. As our first battle group is now starting to get in range, we should start to see flak appear from the ships. Nothing yet, but of course that takes a few seconds. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. It does help me out tremendously. I would like for people who like my content to subscribe. If you don't like it, then by all means don't subscribe. If you like it, you love it. If you have problems with it, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any plans or ideas for this channel, please by mentioning them in the comments. I have no objections whatsoever. In my line of work, it is okay to criticize. Got some hits on the heavy cruiser, some hits on this light cruiser now. Hopefully we'll see some smoke. Of course we don't. So all these ships are going to manage to stave off their injuries and continue on. And unfortunately they're starting to get out of range of our carrier-based craft. We may be able to launch one more from our land-based, but time will tell. Alright, we have managed to locate that group that's north of Guadalcanal one more time. And this time we're rocking with Avengers. Hopefully they're a little more effective at their run. I'm wanting to bring down at least one more ship, but these little light cruisers here have been a tank. They shouldn't be, but they are. Japanese built these sets at least pretty well. We'll go ahead and get the target vector going, and I'll bring you back when the combat begins. Alrighty, our planes are going to get in proper range for a rocket attack. I think they'll be a little more effective. We've had good luck with rockets in the past against light cruisers. So I think we doubled up on, we divided the flight group into 6, and each 6 is going after one light cruiser. We'll see if we are combat effective, if you will. First group should start to be launching their rockets any second now. Here we go. Really good hits on that far cruiser. We're going to be topping off with our group of 2 here. Misses on that far one, unfortunately. And we have managed to make a couple good hits on him as well. Unfortunately, there is no smoke, which means no fire, which means these ships are going to be just fine. Rats. Unfortunately, that's it for this combat group. They're going to get away. And that's going to be it for this episode as well. I want to thank all y'all for watching. Peace, love, tacos. God bless all y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.